Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Anava and I make faith related and medical related videos. So I'm sure you can tell by the tone of this video that it is a very impromptu video. I was filming some reels for my Instagram and I decided to just film a quick YouTube video. This is going to be a very short one. It's the first times tag. I saw it, I was watching a YouTube video of it this morning and I decided to do it as well. I know I have been MIA, but I am coming back with a lot more medical content, so please do stick to my channel. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. But without wasting much more time, let's go straight into today's video. Okay, so I have my phone here that I'm going to be reading the questions from, and basically I'm going to be answering the first time I did something or the first time I experienced something according to the questions that I hear. So number one, my first YouTube video. The first YouTube video I made was in 2019, and it was, I think I was talking about Anna the prophetess, if I'm not mistaken. You can scroll down my videos, but like when I watch it today I cringe because I'm like what was I thinking? The lighting was bad, my makeup was bad, like everything was bad, but the message was good. The message was good, but the video itself was like, I cringe when I watch that video. And I think my videos have come a long way. Even myself, I have become a little bit more expressive on YouTube. I am trying to be a little bit more expressive, but back then I think I was like really cringy. But yeah, that was my first video. The first person I subscribed to, that would be Patricia Bright. I subscribed to her channel, I think I was like in 2010. I think that's when I started watching YouTube videos, in 2009. Yeah, and the first person I ever subscribed to was Patricia Bright. And I'm still subscribed to her channel. I still follow her on Instagram. I still love her. She's like one of my favorite YouTubers. My first Facebook profile picture. Ooh, I remember this. It's not with the account I have now. I had to make a new account in 2015 but I joined Facebook when I was in high school. That was before 2010. And the first profile picture I had, I was in a green, you know, like back then there was that fashion of like the shirts, the tight shirts, and they'd be like go all the way to the middle of your thigh, and then you'd wear like, they were not leggings, were they leggings? Like those leggings that end under your knee. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's what I was wearing, and I was sitting like on the veranda of our house at home, and I had like this pose going on. That was my first profile picture on Facebook. My first alcoholic drink. I think I took, when was my first alcoholic drink? Okay, I don't even remember my first alcoholic drink because I was never really much of a drinker. I think I started to drink a lot when I went to medical school, and thank God I stopped. But can I remember my first alcoholic drink? Maybe like when my grandfather was drinking wine and he gave me some to taste. Maybe I'll say that was my first alcoholic drink. But the first time I made the choice to drink, I can't remember. I really can't remember, but it was after high school. I'm sorry guys, I can't remember. The first person to text me today, that was actually my baby saying good morning to me. My first best friend was at Rhodes Park School in 2005, if I'm not mistaken, and her name was either Francesca or Francine, something like that. If you are out there and you remember me, please comment down below and let me know, because I'd like to be reunited. But that was my first best friend. I never had a lot of best friends growing up, and even when I was never popular, I think I was like a nerd that was always on her own, so I never got to experience best friends. But I have had a few far and in between. But I remember the first one was Francesca. Her name was Francesca, if I'm not mistaken, at Rhodes Park in 2005. My first sleepover. It's so funny. Growing up, my parents never really allowed me to go for a lot of sleepovers, except if it was like to relatives and everything. But I do remember my first sleepover was at my aunt's place in Riantanshi with my cousins, and it was fun. My first concert. The first concert I ever went to was Trey Songz when I was in South Africa. I was at Wits University in Johannesburg, and he came to perform, and I went and attended it. The first movie I watched in a movie theater, I think that was Cheaper by the Dozen 2. When it just came out, I don't know if you guys remember that movie Cheaper By the Dozen, when they had like a lot of children. When it just came out, it went to movie theaters, and I remember my dad took me and my sisters to go watch that movie. The first board game I ever played, probably Ludo. Do you guys remember Ludo? If you do, please comment down below, because I loved that game growing up. I tried to play it as an adult and it's not as enticing, but I loved Ludo growing up. And then there was Snakes and Ladders. When I was a little bit older, Monopoly, Scrabble. My dad loved board games, so we used to play them a lot. But the first one I ever played was Ludo. My first kiss. My first kiss was, I think that was 2009 or 2008, if I'm not mistaken, with my first boyfriend. My first pet was when I was in med school in my own apartment. I had a little dog named Luis. He was a little brown teddy bear dog, and I loved him so much. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring him back to Zambia when I came back from medical school, and so I had to give him away. And now I have another pet. His name is Alaska. The first book I remember reading, besides those, you know, like when you're in school and they give you like those books that you have to take for homework for reading to your parents, besides those, the first book I ever remember reading that I actually went to the library and borrowed myself was the Sweet Valley series. I don't know which book exactly, but Sweet Valley with Elizabeth and Jessica, the twin sisters. If you guys know that book, please go ahead and comment it down below, because that was my, I loved that series. I read from Sweet Valley elementary to middle school to high school, and even the time when they were in university and they started working, I was still reading Sweet Valley. Also, another one that I liked was Secret Seven, the Secret Seven and the Famous Five, which was like a group of detectives, childhood detectives solving mysteries and everything. I also liked that one. Yeah. The first thing I learned how to cook. I think an egg. I think the first thing I learned how to cook was an egg. Yeah, an egg. And the last one, my first business venture. It's so funny. I was so fearful of stepping out in business growing up. I always thought I was never going to make it, or I was not a business person. And now that I am actually in business, I feel like this is for me. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. But my first business venture, believe it or not, I took it when I was 27 years old, which is last year, yes. And it was stepping out and starting my company, which is Pages by Anava. If you don't know it, please go ahead and check it out on Instagram at pages.xo. We make Bible-based journals and planners and devotionals and everything. And we have a new planner for 2022, which has come out, a financial planner, a business planner, and a daily planner. If you do not know about it, please go ahead and check it out. I'm going to leave the information in the description bar below, and they're readily available countrywide in Zambia. Alright guys, so that is the end of my video. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can go ahead and follow me on my Instagram for more faith-based reels and videos. I make a lot of short form faith-based videos over there. Like I said, I will be back with a lot more medical content. In this season, I am preparing for my launch for my business, like I said, for Pages, so I haven't had the time to film a lot. And I will be back definitely in December with more medical content, so please do stick around with my channel. Alright people, bye!